Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you're having an amazing day today. Hello, hi. So this is not like an emergency video really because it's not like that serious. Like, it's not that deep what's happening, but this is kind of a weird video because I wasn't planning on filming this. I actually wasn't planning on doing anything today, but I had the idea to make this because last night I saw the brand new live action Snow White and the Seven Dwarves film, and it was so bad that I like have to talk about it. Like, I'm desperate to talk to somebody about it. First of all, the reason that I got to even see this film early is because also, I don't know why I'm getting ready. I'm going nowhere. I just wanted to do something with my hands while I talked about this. Anyway, so enjoy this. Get ready for nothing. I saw this film early because my sister's friend is like a travel influencer and got invited to this early screening through ScreenX, I think is what it's called. And so I got invited via my sister. So I was like, sick, I'm gonna go to this early screening and pretend I'm an influencer for a night. First of all, the whole thing was stupid. The event was so stupid. I wasn't invited as a person, so I can give you the real tea, okay? The whole event was so stupid. It was like a bunch of people with ring lights and cell phones like filming themselves. I've never been to anything influencery like that before, and the whole thing, I was blown away by what was happening. But anyway, all of that was happening. People were like creating content all around us. And then the ScreenX guy comes out and he's like, get out your phones. We're going to show you what ScreenX is. If you were ever given the opportunity to go to a ScreenX viewing of something, don't do it. All it is the sides of the theater also have a projection on them for some of the movie. Like, some of it's in this like weird box filming setup. It's really overwhelming. Like, to each their own. Maybe you would really like an immersive experience like that. Personally, I was like absolutely not thriving in that experience. I was like, what are we doing here? Why is the screen all around me? It was so much. Let's get to the actual movie. First of all, it starts off, and I know this because they played us the trailer before they played us the movie, so I know how it was marketed. It's another one where it's a fucking musical and they don't market it like it's a musical, and it's a musical. I am so sick, so sick of fucking people not embracing a musical. Can we just embrace a musical? I'm so sorry. I'm so tired of these shows and of these movies not embracing the fact that that's what makes it cool, is that it's a musical, in my opinion. I feel like you being ashamed of your own movie is a horrible marketing technique. You're literally ashamed of the music and ashamed that that's what you're doing. So, and you don't want people to know, you want to like it's like a musical is not so horrible that you have to trap people into going to it. Am I crazy? They did it with Mean Girls, which was wild because they were literally making Mean Girls the musical and nobody knew it was a musical. They've done it with so many things at this point, and they did it with this one too, and I was just like, if I had known it was a musical, would I have gone and seen it? Even though it was free? No, I might not have still gone and seen it because I don't really like the Disney live action musicals. I'm just not a big fan of that. Anyway, it starts out okay. It's like very storybook-esque. It's Snow White. We all know the story of Snow White. Where it gets weird is that the acting is, it's starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. And also there's some like rumors that I've heard on TikTok that they're like feuding, which I think is interesting because they had absolutely no chemistry in the movie whatsoever. So I was like, maybe they did fucking hate each other because although in the movie they were supposed to hate each other and it did not come across that way at all. I actually like Rachel Zegler. I feel like a lot of people, or is it Zegler? I have a name that's hard to pronounce like that. I think it's Zegler. Rachel Zegler. You'll tell me in the comments. I actually like Rachel as a performer and an actress. I've seen a lot of her clips from Anne Juliet is it Anne Juliet that she's doing on Broadway? Or is that the one Charlie D'Amelio's in? No, she's doing Romeo and Juliet. Charlie D'Amelio's in Anne Juliet. Okay. So many Romeo and Juliet things on Broadway right now. Anyway, I've seen her clips in that. She looks great. I liked her in the Hunger Games movie. Like, I really liked her in West Side Story too. Like, I think she's very talented. She's very young Hollywood to me. Like, she seems like kind of the future of Hollywood, which people seem to really dislike. They seem to really hate her. And I'm not sure even why. Like, I know there was a controversy around this very movie. People were saying she said something that offended everyone. I haven't been able to figure out exactly what happened. Like, she said something that offended the Snow White Disney adult fandom, I'm pretty sure, and like disrespected the movie character in some people's eyes, and now people like really dislike her. I'm not sure what the tea is there. I'm not like gonna pretend like I know what the fuck that is. What I will say is what they should be mad about is how horribly she performed in this movie, because was truly so bad. From start to finish, like her performance in this was corny and cheesy and just not even in a cute like princess way. You know, like it was just corny. Like it was like she was trying to be one of those it was like she was acting like the people at the Disney parks act, like overly caricature is how she was acting in this film, which you expect when you go to a Disney park. But when you're watching like the live remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, I don't want to see the Disney park actress doing her thing forever. Like that's what it was giving. It was giving like she was just the Disney park actress doing her thing. Sorry, the friend of, for my Disney adults. You're not supposed to say that they're actors. They're friends of the princesses. I'm on Disney adult TikTok, which is funny because am I a Disney adult? I guess that's kind of important for this video. I wouldn't consider myself a Disney adult, but I do like Disney. Like, I think it's cool. It's fine. I like Disney Worlds. I've frequented the parks before. It's fun. Gal Gadot in this movie, again, I like her in other things. I enjoy her in other performances. I don't know what like acting like instructions they were given or why they were told to act like that, but it was so over the top and like gaudy almost, the way that they were acting. It was just so not good, and it was bad. The acting was bad. The other characters, actually, the side characters, like the guy who played the little thief that is Snow White's love interest, he was so good. Like, he was very authentic. I actually bought his performance the best out of anyone's. I was like, oh, he's pretty good. I want to get to, so like the side characters were okay, and they actually made the film somewhat bearable because they had some funny little like moments in there. Every scene with the Queen and Snow White was horrible. Just like unbearable to watch, not fun to watch. Literally, people in the theater were groaning every time Snow White reappeared on screen because all of her scenes were just like literally unbearable. For someone who I feel like didn't even talk in half the movie, like I feel like she barely spoke, every single line was delivered with the absolute like most bad. It was bad. And I hate that for Rachel because she's so talented, but like it was not good. The other thing that absolutely grinded my fucking gears about this movie and made me so mad, that really got me, is that the Seven Dwarves were animated. In the live action remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves are not live action, they're animated dwarves. I was pissed. I was so mad. That is such a cop-out way to do the movie. It's kind of like, I understand it like when they did The Lion King. I understood the intense usage of CGI, even though I think it would have been so cool to see actors in costumes. I think that would make such a cool impact and would make such a cool movie to see actors like in the full costume. I think that would have been better, but whatever. I understand that they want to use CGI for like The Lion King. Like that makes sense to me. For the Seven Dwarves, we could have hired like real actors and had them in costume and had them be really performing instead of voice acting. Do you know how like fun that would have been and how much more character and charisma it would have added to the movie? It was such a letdown and so disappointing that like the focal point of the movie, which is the Seven Dwarves, was completely just like let down by the fact that they were just CGI and you couldn't really get into it. I know that these movies are not like made for me. Like I am not the target demographic for movies like this because I'm an adult. These movies are for kids. I'm pretty sure. I can't actually really decide who Disney is making all these remakes for. I feel like they're trying to walk the line of doing both remaking them for the Disney adults that are older now and like want to relive their childhood, and also making them like the new generation's Disney movies that they grow up watching. And I have two things to say to that. If those are the two audiences that they're trying to cater to, I don't think they're doing a very good job at it because Disney adults never seem happy with the final results of these movies. From what I see online, they never seem to actually even really like any of them. they always kind of flop. These are the Disney movies that like our kids are supposed to grow up watching. That makes me sad because they suck. And the originals were so good. The original cartoons were so cute. If you're gonna do a live action remake, commit to doing a live action. If you want it to be for an older generation as well, the acting has to be more serious. Like, it has to be. We got a big bun today. The acting has to be more serious. Has to be. Can't be this kid-like acting. And also, I'm pretty sure what pissed everyone off about what Rachel Ziegler said was that she said that it wasn't just going to be about Snow White having a prince, but that was the entire point of the movie, except he wasn't a prince. He was like a Robin Hood-esque type person. He like stole from the rich to give to the poor. That was who the character was instead of a prince. So like the whole premise, she still just needed a man to wake her up. It wasn't like a feminist take on Snow White. I feel like was what was being said it was going to be. It wasn't like a feminist take on anything. It was just like, I mean, I guess kind of, because she went to go like fight herself. But even that, she didn't do anything badass. There was no, it was just the same story of Snow White that everyone knows, except it had some pretty bad acting. And the dwarves were fucking animated, which makes me so mad. Also, the songs were bad. I'm gonna say it. Sorry. The songs were really bad. There's not one song, you know how in like a good Disney movie, you leave the theater humming one song over and over and over again? Like when I saw Encanto, I could not get Surface Pressure out of my head for days. I was listening to that song on repeat. It was like constantly stuck in my head. When I saw Frozen, Let It Go was stuck in my head for years. I also worked daycare at that time, so Let It Go was always in my head, but like there's always that one really good song that you have stuck in your head. This movie, every song, all I wanted was for it to be over. Every single one. I was like, when is this over? I want it to be over. They're all bad. It was not good. If you're thinking about going to see the Snow White movie, don't even like bring your kids. Don't waste your time. Show them the original Snow White. It was like kind of good, I feel. I haven't seen it in forever though. Maybe it's bad too. Maybe I just don't like the story of Snow White. Who knows? Either way, I think it was a bad movie. My actual opinion of it was like a 3 out of 10. Not that I'm like a professional movie rater or anything, but that's my opinion. If I had to Rotten Tomatoes score it, 3 tomatoes out of 10. It was not very good. Yeah, that's my little rant. Love you guys. I wanted to get that out before the movie came out. Okay, love you guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're here watching. Thank you so much for being here. My social media, my social justice spotlight, and everything else will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!